It's been very impressive. As Gary mentioned, Emirates has been instrumental in this support, but all the CEOs who signed this declaration are helping us. The illegal wildlife trade work continues, and it's very impressive, the progress that has been made in such a short time because of the power of travel and tourism. So we thank all the participants, and we invite the rest to join us in this important task. When I had that honor and opportunity to join that event that he mentioned in London, it was very impressive what we learned, and especially to understand that if we don't do something about it in 10 or 20 years, there might not be elephants, very important species. So that's crucial that we continue with that work. Continuing with our social responsibility in travel and tourism, we now are going to talk about human trafficking. Unfortunately, another topic that is very important. Human trafficking is an industry that is estimated $150 billion annually. Very legal industry, and unfortunately that is growing. More than 40 million people live in modern slavery today. That's 1 for every 190. That's a lot of people around the world. A lot of women, a lot of girls are exploited every day, especially in the sex industry. This is a global problem. A lot of children and a lot of men as well, but mainly women, girls, and children. Unfortunately, this is not only an international problem, it's also a domestic problem. 43% of the victims are domestic, are trafficked domestic. Human trafficking is not only transporting someone from one place to another place. It's also about forcing someone to do something against their free will and exploiting that person. It is a crime, and it's all over around us. But thanks to Travel and Tourism Global Reach, we believe that we have the power to do something about it. Many of our members and the sector associations are already very active in this fight. But as of yet, there is not an industry-wide initiative. And that's why WTTC is jumping in and being responsible as well. Zero tolerance. And there's an opportunity also to share best practices. So we have formed a task force of human trafficking that our member companies and invited experts are going to be part of that. We want to leverage our position to exchange information. Let's coordinate all the efforts that we have across the private sector, engage with the public sector as well and the NGOs, so that we can strengthen that cooperation between public sector, private sector, and the society. We believe that there are 4 areas of opportunity, 4 areas that we have to work together. The first one is prevention. Why is so important? Because it's proven that when there is awareness, when we increase the consumer awareness, we can prevent this crime. So we need to increase awareness. We need to spend more time making sure people are aware about this crime. Second one is protection. Very important to train our employees on how to identify and report the suspected cases. I hear a lot about stories that they go after the person that reported the case, and that's not right, that's not fair, but we need to make sure that we protect them as well. Third area, it's about the action. Unfortunately, in a lot of countries, human trafficking is not a crime. You'll be shocked to have the list of all those countries. So we are going to work with those governments to make sure that they develop the legislation needed to recognize human trafficking as a crime through the entire chain, because we have to stop that. Regardless of the initiatives that we do, if we don't make sure that in those governments, in those countries, they consider that a crime, it's going to be very hard to stop that. And the fourth action is what I call, or what we call, support. Support to whom? To the victims. Support assistance, support in providing employability training so that they can receive the knowledge and the education, and supporting job opportunities to the survivors. Because not only their life has been impacted and broken, but what happens after that? We need to make sure that they have an easy way to go back and find the jobs and recover their life. This can happen to any human being. I had the opportunity to meet many victims throughout my life, because this is a topic that is very close to my heart. I have been involved in initiatives against human trafficking since '95. Unfortunately, instead of seeing this number declining, we have seen this increasing, because it's a huge industry. But I truly believe in the power of travel and tourism. The victims that I have met, different nationalities. A girl from London, a girl from Salvador, a girl from Mexico, from Philippines, different countries. This is not specifically for one country, regardless. But I believe that we all can do much more. So I'm very proud to announce that we have some founding members as part of this amazing task force, that they're going to help us to launch this initiative and invite the rest of the world to be part of this. So I'm going to call them, and please could you join me on the stage. Airbnb, American Express, Villa Shopping Collection, Carlson Bag on Lee, C-Trip, Emirates, Expedia, Hilton, JTV, Las Vegas Convention, Marriott, Silver Seas, Thomas Cook, TUI. If you are here, please join me on the stage. This is a huge initiative. If someone else would like to join, please feel free to join these founding members. They are going to help us to make sure that this time we get it right. We have the power of travel and tourism. We believe that we at WTTC can make a difference, can make an impact, and remove people from slavery, have them to be free. Thank you very much. This is the initial initiative. They are going to be assigning someone from their organization to share the work, share the best practices so that we can understand what's going on around the world. There's a lot of wonderful work being done in all these companies already from all of these members. We thank you for taking the lead. And now we're going to assign someone to work together and take this to the next level. Thank you very much for being founding members of human trafficking. And a big applause to them, please. And we're going to be inviting also the rest of the WTTC members, because we want to do something similar once that we have the entire program ready, to join us similar to what we did with Buenos Aires. We believe that we can make an impact, and this is one that a lot of people are depending on us as well. Thank you again, and thank you to all the members for supporting this wonderful initiative. Thank you.
In so many ways, WTTC is an extraordinary power for good. That is another example. We're going to look now at jobs. And we all know the stats and how remarkable they are. 1 in 10 jobs throughout the world created by travel and tourism.